Hey there, it's Christina, and I am going through a spring cleaning project trying to decide what books, physical books, off of my bookshelf that I've had for like decades that I want to get rid of, and, which ones I want to keep and which ones I want to sell on Amazon and things like that, and, which ones are even still relevant. So, like, I saw these, and the Networking Essentials. This is the book that was so important to learn about TCP/IP and, networks when I got my MCSE, and this was in 1998. And, I took this class, and digital analog. I was studying for the exam. This was a very core class, if you guys remember. Always highlighting, writing in the margins. There's the Cisco thing. Network topologies. And I worked in several data and network operations centers. See, this is back in the time of Windows NT. Remember that? I worked in several network operations centers, data and network operations centers. One of them was for MedStar, the Washington Hospital Center here in Washington, D.C. The data center is actually in Silver Spring, Maryland. I worked in Ashburn at MCI WorldCon, Global Data and Network Operations Center. And several ones for the DoD, the government, too. So this was my geeky side. And back at that time, we also still had the mainframe, and was running AIX Unix on it because it's IBM mainframe, so it's that flavor of Unix. I used the VI editor. We didn't have GUI. Of course, the Windows NT was the first graphical user interface we had. But, the kind of guys that I learned from didn't want to, they used to laugh about things being graphical, and they said that those wizards just really concealed all the steps, the sequence of steps, and if you could do things from the command line, then you were really, really skilled. So, you see how many notes I took? I was so into this. My mom always said, get into computers and technology, so I did. What was the copyright date on this? 1997, see? Yep. Wow. But, yeah, so this MCSE, plus a lot of other different things that I did, really helped me here in the IT field when I was getting started. Got my certification, and learned a whole lot more on the job. And then, of course, anytime you deal with IT, I needed to do information security. I never did get my CISSP, but I did get my CIPP for privacy, data privacy, through IAPP, International Association of Privacy Professionals. So I have contributed to privacy impact assessments and system security plans and system design documents talking with the, kind of like I'm the business analyst liaison between the architect, the system architect, network architect, and legal counsel, so that I would be the one that would understand the way in which the systems were architected and the way the data flowed and how it traversed the network, either inside the enterprise or outside the enterprise or both. And if it was government, then what security classification of those networks were we dealing with? So so network security and information security became a big thing to learn too. So I made a point to learn that and worked on a lot of different projects here, some of which I can't share with you. And what else was I going to say about that? The one thing I can share is when I was at Mantech in Chantilly, Virginia, we worked on the initial product development of NetWitness, and that is a security software that monitors the network, and it works together with intrusion detection systems, and it can just, see everything that's going on, all the packets, everything that's going in and out of the network. So high visibility to that. I think they've sold it to EMC. I think EMC has it now. But I worked on the requirements for that, and we were staging it to a staging environment. As we had iterative software development, and as we added product enhancements and bug fixes to what we were doing, we would implement it and then make sure that it was still working and didn't destabilize anything that was previously working, and didn't there was no performance degradation, all these different things. So, yes, I've been in the IT field since 1996, and this is some of the stuff that I did.